Hello and welcome to Witchy-Woo Tarot. This reading is for the twin flame soul connections out there and will not be for everyone watching. So if it resonates with you, please let me know in the comments. And if not, be sure to check out my other videos for messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid, so feel free to reverse roles however you see fit. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So thank you so very much to my new and returning subscribers. You guys are amazing. Your support is amazing. I love you guys so much. And happy Halloween. If you haven't already checked it out, be sure to tap that link at the end of this video for my full blue moon in Taurus collective reading, where I announce the winners of my giveaways. So this is going to be your November energy forecast. So prepare for some really intense energy as we are kicking off the month in insanely rare full blue moon on Halloween night, which only happens once every 19 to 20 years. So also, mid-November, we will be crawling out of Mercury and Mars retrograde finally. So if you have found the last several weeks or months to be very trying, just know that we're in the home stretch and there is indeed a light at the end of this long and dreadful ass tunnel, okay? So in this reading, we will be looking into the energy of divine masculine and feminine as we make our way through the month. Also, as we know, gender is irrelevant because the terms masculine and feminine is all just positive and negative energy. So we've all got this dual energy within us, and the key is to bring balance to those polarities, which creates unity or union. So once you master that wholeness and serenity within yourself, that is when you have truly won. So the whole point of these journeys is to ascend spiritually. So yeah, whether you resonate more with the masculine energy or the feminine energy, it's really just dependent on where you are in your own personal journey. So let's dig in and see what we can expect as we close out Scorpio season and enter into Sagittarius season. So all of a sudden my throat is acting up, which it's literally been fine all day, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. Sorry. So let's see what we've got going on for the masculine. It's time to release negativity. So we have the full moon in Scorpio, which, like I said, we're going to be closing out Scorpio season. This full moon energy is what's really starting us off in the month of November. So I think the masculine is kind of realizing perhaps where they've been holding themselves back. This is something that I actually talked about in my general collective reading. So they might be realizing where they are holding on to negative thoughts, negative patterns that are kind of stopping them from moving forward and manifesting what they're wanting, okay? So definitely check out that collective reading because there's a common theme right there. And for the feminine, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. So full moon in Pisces. Another full moon card. And Pisces energy is very emotional, very watery, very deep and mysterious, kind of like Scorpio, but a little bit more dreamy, a little bit more whimsical. And so I feel like the energy of the feminine she is kind of gaining that balance. She is realizing the duality inside of her, and she's starting to swim in perfect harmony with herself, realizing that, you know, the spiritual journey is what's important, but she's also being practical because she's letting go of outcomes. She's letting go of expectations. So for the general energy, we have your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Guys, this is a full moon in Taurus, literally. So I really feel like both of them are starting to kind of hit that skirt moment where they're like, wait, I've been trying to call this in. I've been trying to manifest this, but what am I really doing to align with that vibration? What am I really doing to ensure that I'm in that path, in that energy of being able to receive? And so, like I said in my collective reading, very powerful connection. When we try so hard to make our outside reality real, we forget what's important. We forget that it's about our spiritual wholeness, our balance within ourselves. So, you know, perhaps we've been holding ourselves back or not truly aligning with our purpose, or aligning with the energy of what we're trying to bring in. And so now it's one of those times where we're getting a little spiritual spanking from these retrogrades, reminding us, oh, okay, now it's time to start getting back on track. Now it's time to start putting down concrete plans. And don't let this reverse energy cloud you or fog you or make you forget about what it is you're trying to bring in, okay? So very, very, very coinciding message. Please go check out that video. I'm going to read for the masculine with the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. And I will be reading for the feminine with the Halloween Tarot. So let's see what's going on with the masculine. And what's going on in their conscious thoughts, their feelings, or their heart space. Gosh, guys, like I said, my throat's been fine all day. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm over here all through the reading, so my apologies. So let's see what's going on in the masculine's conscious thoughts. Okay. We got a lot going on. A lot going on here. But it's interesting because I think they realize what's going to fix this? What's going to heal this? How do I move forward? And what's going on in their heart space? So we have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Interesting. So this could involve two actual people or a dual personality. What is the masculine thinking about the feminine as far as the physical? How do they see the feminine? How are they viewing the connection? Okay, we've got Judgment. What are the masculine's intentions? Okay, this reading might be very specific for someone out there. And then finally, what do we have for the masculine's desired outcome? Wow, that shot out real quick. We have the World. Okay, guys, masculine is making major decisions, and let's see what's going on the bottom of the deck. Let me slide this over so I can fit everything. And let's see what we have. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. So the masculine in the recent past is coming to the realization that they are so deeply filled with emotion. They're very emotional right now. They are starting to realize perhaps that the energy that they need to be in is that of someone who is capable of emotional intelligence, someone who is also empathetic, someone who's real, someone who shares their emotions with the right person. As we know, the King of Cups can sometimes hold back on their emotions, but like I said, they're realizing that they need to be in this energy. They're realizing that this is who they are deep down inside. And I say that because with the Knight of Potions and their physical conscious thoughts, we have the Knight of Potions, which is a step down from the King. They're thinking that they need to heal something. They need to see things in a new way. it's like they just had an epiphany moment where they're realizing, oh, okay, I need to share my emotions though. Because going from the king who kind of holds back to the knight who wears their heart on their sleeve, someone who's romantic, someone who is loving and comes forward and shares their feelings, they're understanding now with this Hanged Man energy and this Six of Swords, they're needing to fix things because they need to actually share. They need to actually... I said this in the collective reading too, we're going to be balancing what we love and what we share. So I think that the masculine is like, oh, duh, I can fix this because all I need to do is just tell the feminine how I feel. I need to share my emotions. I need to do what it is that makes me happy and makes my heart full. And with the Six of Swords also is emotional healing. It's just that energy of fixing things. Sally is sewing herself back together because she like jumped out of a window because she wanted to see her true love in the cemetery, right? So I think that the masculine's understanding that the measures that need to be taken to fix this is by sharing their emotions. So in the masculine's heart space, we have the Queen of Candles and the Queen of Cups. So this reading is about the masculine and the feminine. So I don't do karmic readings. I don't really find there to be any purpose unless I pick up on third-party energy in a general reading. That's your story. Queen of Candles, Queen of Potions could represent two different energies, or it could represent the energy of the feminine, where the masculine knows in their heart that the feminine is that fiery, sexy energy, that empath, that person who truly understands them. Queen of Potions is a true pair now with the King of Potions coming up. So I think that the masculine's really understanding who lights the fire for him, who gets them feeling like that King of Cups, who understands them emotionally, who's on the same page as them when it comes to their heart, when it comes to their feelings, their passion, their soul. And that's what wands represent as well. So like I said, I feel like this is about the feminine in general because this is very passionate and fiery energy. Some people see the Queen of Wands as like a third party or like a side chick or karmic partner, but I don't necessarily see it that way. Because the Queen of Wands is charismatic, she's smart, she's passionate, she goes after what she wants, and that is the energy of the feminine. And so with this Pisces energy coming up generally for the feminine energy, I do feel like she's starting to gain balance between her emotions, like what she feels, and what she knows to be true, which is her soul purpose, her soul journey. And I think the masculine's recognizing that. So with the Judgment card coming up as how the masculine views the feminine, I feel like they see the feminine kind of making a list in a sense of what it is that she wants moving forward. So they see the feminine as making a judgment call, having some sort of epiphany or awakening in a sense, and making plans to kind of, like I said at the beginning, get back on track. So I think the feminine's kind of, checking her list twice in a sense, making sure she doesn't leave anything behind. And he sees the feminine in this review period. And I think, at this point, like I said, he understands that, if he sees the feminine and the energy of Santa Claus, we obviously know the spirit of Santa Claus is light, right? It's someone who is compassionate, who loves, cherishes children and innocence and all that good stuff, right? And so I kind of also see the masculine understanding that the feminine doesn't want to leave him behind. She's writing her list and checking it twice because she wants to make double sure that before she moves on, that her masculine isn't going to be moving along with her. And so I think right now, as the masculine's intentions being the 10 of Swords and the Page of Potions, so now we have a complete regression going from the King of Cups to the Knight of Cups, now to the Page of Cups. So I think the masculine intends to pick themselves back up and muster up some sort of a message, some sort of an apology, some sort of an indication or signal to the feminine that they still care, that they still love them, that, you know, all is not lost in a sense. Because the 10 of Swords, goodness. 10 of Swords marks an ending, a separation. It marks the worst being over. So the cycle is ended now. The masculine intends to close out whatever cycle this is and resurrect themselves in that page energy, that innocent energy. I keep hearing all is not lost. It's echoing in my mind. So now, as their desired outcome being the World, I love this card. As we know, this is, in a sense, to me, this card almost is more of the Fool energy, because this cycle has been complete, right? The World is completion, it's wholeness. It's the promise of a new beginning. And we start right back off from the World with the Fool, the last card in the major arcana. So now that this cycle, whatever this cycle is that's complete for the masculine, they're now standing like Jack in the center of the forest with all of these different options, all of these different doors that they can go down. And I think the masculine just wants to be able to be free to make that choice, to be able to close out whatever that cycle is and move forward however they choose in their own version of a new beginning. Whichever door they want to go in, whatever they're passionate about, whatever they love, right? And so I think that's really beautiful energy coming from the masculine. All is not lost. Beautiful. So let's go into the feminine and see what's going on. See what's going on in feminine's conscious thoughts. Conscious thoughts for the feminine. I feel like last week we ended with the feminine stepping up into her high priestess energy. So we have the 10 of Pentacles coming up in the conscious thoughts, and that was the only card to fly out. So 10 of Cups coming up in her heart space. My goodness, feminine. What's going on? How does the feminine view the masculine? As the Knight of Cups. Wow, so guys, I just had crazy deja vu just now. We have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Okay, something about the Knight of Cups. Someone's coming, guys. Someone is going to be getting an emotional offer. So she's viewing the masculine in that energy. So what is the feminine's intentions? Anything else for intentions? Nope. A Knight of Pumpkins. How interesting. Okay, so let's see what the feminine's desired outcome is with the masculine. Okay, now that's just too much. Well, the cards really aren't balanced anyways, so... Oh, look, the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Not surprised. So, desired outcome, we have the 3 of Bats coming right after the Page of Pentacles. So, look at that. 3 of Swords energy. So, for some of you, like I said, this could represent 2 people, masculine needing to decide and something in order to, you know, move towards their happiness, right? Wow. So, we also have the Tower for the feminine's intentions, or excuse me, desired outcome. Ooh, the 3 of Ghosts. Okay, so let's talk about the Fool first. We were just speaking about that with the divine masculine's desired outcome being the World. So in the recent past that we saw the feminine wanting to start anew, ready to kind of take a leap of faith and a risk towards their happiness and something different, starting over with or without the masculine, right? And so I think she's kind of realizing the freedom in starting over, but also, you know, potentially with this reverse energy, she could be feeling a little bit foolish, not being so sure of herself. You know, I'm seeing this clown energy. And so, you know, the feminine could potentially be taking advantage of that energy and moving forward and just taking that risk anyway, no matter how silly it might seem, no matter how, foolish she might appear. So with the 10 of Pentacles coming up in her conscious mind, I think the feminine's focused on abundance. She's focused on family. She's focused on making things happen for herself, manifesting this 10 of Pentacles, this ancestry, this legacy, and moving forward to claim that. It's on her mind. She's thinking about it, but also this is kind of that happy ending energy. So in her thoughts and her heart, she has 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So she's really focused on this happy ending, right? Whatever this might be for her. This is complete emotional fulfillment. This is also a card of reunion. So we've also seen in recent collectives where the feminine has been kind of keeping the secret that she's still trying to manifest this for appearances in a sense, kind of like the old bait and switch. Let people think that you're not interested in the masculine anymore. No longer talking about it, no longer sharing how you feel about it, and just letting everyone think that it's over, right? You're showing everyone you're starting over. You are manifesting your own happiness, your own success, your own abundance, but in the heart space, there's still that longing for reunion. There's still that longing because something's missing. It's the love, right? It's all the cups. It's the rainbow. It's the happy ending, the happy family, the happy life. So feminine has not forgotten about what it is that she has been wanting to manifest with the masculine. Now she's viewing the masculine as the Knight of Cups. So she sees masculine for who he truly is. She recognizes him and his emotions, and there might be some level of communication between you and this person. It might be just simple eye contact, seeing someone and knowing what's in their heart, knowing their intentions, knowing who they truly are. This is depth. And so also with the Knight of Ghosts, I think it's funny because we have this scroll or this letter in his hand. And so energetically, I think that the feminine views the masculine in this way because she knows deep down that the masculine wants to reach out. She knows deep down that the masculine wants to share their emotions. But the Knight of Ghosts also can suggest someone who is romanticizing, or someone who is unrealistic in their expectations of love, someone who's fickle, someone who love bombs you and then ghosts you, right? So although she sees the masculine for who he truly is, she also sees him for those negative qualities in not communicating those feelings and being fickle in love, or perhaps causing her to have those feelings for him and then running away, right? And so the feminine intends to move forward in the Knight of Pentacles energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Knight of Pumpkins is stable. It is dedicated, it's loyal, it's someone who moves forward with intention, slow moving, but for a purpose, because just like the knights, like the wands and the swords being impatient and the cups being fickle, this energy is someone who is unsure of themselves. It's all fear-based, I feel like, with the knights. And although the effort is there, although the intention is there, they haven't quite reached that level of stability of a king. So the feminine intends to continue to move forward and build stability for herself, even if she's not sure of her path or not sure of where this stability is going to come from. She's moving forward intentionally. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the desired outcome. Page of Pentacles, this always reminds me of Wednesday Addams. It's funny to me because we also have that kind of regression of energy for the feminine. We went from the King of Cups all the way to the Page of Cups, and now we have feminine intending in Knight and desired outcome being Page. So to me, the Page of Pumpkins is a small token, a small offer, something tangible. It's a new beginning, but it's very slow moving. And so I feel like the Page, it's someone who learns, someone who is gaining knowledge. And so I think the feminine's desired outcome is to receive this tangible message from the masculine, even if it's something very small, even if it's something that just allows her to learn the truth. Okay. And I love how she's staring into the pumpkin. It's like she's searching for answers inside of that pumpkin. And, you know, it might make her feel a little silly to still hope for something that, you know, might never come, right? Because we have the Three of Bats, the Tower, and the Three of Ghosts. So I think the feminine's desired outcome is for whatever this third party situation is or was, whatever this heartbreak or betrayal that happened between the masculine and feminine, she intends to get the breakdown, is what I'm hearing. She wants this situation to crumble and fall. She wants to move past this Tower moment and move forward from the Three of Swords, where she was feeling that heartbreak and sadness and betrayal, to a new foundation of trust and friendship and reunion. So 2 cards of reunion coming up for the feminine in her heart space and her desired outcome. It's like she's aware that the masculine's dealing with these Tower moments. She's aware that the masculine has put her in a third party or has hurt her, has run away from her, has ghosted her. But she understands that the whole reason for that is because the dark night of the soul needed to happen. The false foundations needed to crumble in order for this reunion to take place. And so I think that since the Page of Pumpkins is a card of dedication, I think that her desired outcome is to be able to persevere through all of this and come out on the other side with what it was she was originally manifesting, which was to reunite with the masculine. So very interesting energy. Let's get some energy oracle cards as challenges. So what is going to be a challenge for the masculine over the next month? Anxiety. Why am I not surprised, masculine? Anxiety is always the challenge, isn't it? Worries, fears. The mind. The mind loves to play tricks. And we also have the thinking man. So, how very masculine of you, masculine, to get the thinking man. So manly. What's going on for the feminine? What's going to be a challenge? Okay. Healer of the ages. Okay. Anything else for the feminine for challenges? Anything else for the femme? Okay. So we have, all my cards messed up is what we have. Okay. And the 5th chakra. Look at that. And I've been clearing my throat this whole reading. That's why. All right, so for the masculine, anxiety and the thinking man. So exactly what I said. They're going to be struggling with letting go of the thoughts in their mind and saying goodbye to that narrative and living from a place of soul. They might just simply be stuck in their mind, overthinking things. But, you know, like I said, they know that they need what they need to heal this. They know what they need to do. And so they might be anxious and overthinking this because they're aware of what they've done. They're fully aware. They're not stupid, right? They might have run from you, which is pretty dumb if you ask me. Like, who doesn't want someone who completely understands them emotionally and is, you know, the divine feminine? But that's besides the point. They know what they did, okay? You don't need to remind them. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to say, hey, you hurt me so bad. I can't believe you. How dare you? They know, okay? And that's why they're anxious, because I don't really feel like they believe that they deserve the feminine at this point. This could also be them strategizing, struggling to come up with a way to approach. Because as you can see, this thinking man is peering into a crystal, and that just kind of tells me that the masculine could potentially be looking into divination in a sense, and perhaps like maybe seeing an oracle or just kind of trying to get energy on how to move forward, which could be a little bit of a struggle for them. And for the feminine, we have Healer of the Ages and the 5th chakra. So I'm just going to tell you all, go ahead and pop on some throat chakra meditation music, or do something to clear that throat chakra. Carry some crystals with you, like blue lace agate, blue kyanite, anything blue really will help vocalize and clear those chakras for you. But this is about communication, okay? And so Healer of the Ages and communication is telling me that the feminine might be struggling with healing from that lack of communication, healing from, you know, maybe things that weren't said or that need to be said, or maybe were said in the past. This is a struggle, and all of a sudden my throat is getting itchy. Gosh, you guys, I'm telling you, the veil is so thin. I've been getting lots of signs from my guides, from spirit. It's been insane. So yeah, Healer of the Ages, as I always say, reminds me of Jesus. It reminds me of ascended master energy, someone who is a healer. And feminine, you are the Queen of Cups energy, that empath, that healing light energy that the masculine craves, that same light that's guiding them home. So just remember, you know, if you're struggling to speak your truth, spend some time healing your chakras, balancing your energy, and not being afraid to say what it is that you feel needs to be said. So let's get some closing energy, and then I will get some messages. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I know I do a mid-month reading, but here we go. So since the middle of the month, we're going to be stationing direct with Mars and Mercury retrograde. Let's get some energy for once that switch takes place. Let's get some after direct energy for the masculine. After direct energy for the masculine. Because I'm really feeling a lot of forward motion after we come out of retrograde. So look at that. We have blossoming attraction, flower moon and super moon. So I feel like once we get out of that retrograde energy, that kind of slow moving, stagnant energy, I feel like this is going to be that boost in the collective of the masculines where they are truly like allowing things to come to fruition, where they start to see the first few flowers start to sprout from the intentions that they've put forth into the universe. You know, they might feel more attracted to the feminine, and their emotions could be running wild. They could be feeling that very intense energy. And we are going to also be moving into eclipse season. I feel like the first eclipse is going to be a new super moon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but crazy timing coming out in these cards. I do feel like it's going to be impossible for the masculine to ignore that attraction towards the feminine, because the feminine is going to be thriving. And so I'm going to put these right here, or right here. We'll just kind of stack them. There's too many cards, not enough space. So let's get some after direct energy for the feminine. After direct energy for the feminine. We have, guys, new moon again, and we have beginnings. I really feel very fresh energy for the feminine after these retrogrades close out and we turn direct, because like that judgment energy, that checking the list twice energy, that getting back on track energy, that's going to be what propels the feminine into that beautiful open door, okay? And so I think by this point, the feminine might be a little bit more open to receiving that energy from the masculine, because Scorpio season has been very transformative so far, and I don't know, guys. I just feel like November is going to be really big, especially with the eclipses happening. So let's get some lovers oracles for the masculine. A lover's oracle for the masculine, please. 1 or 2. We've got 1. I love the backs of these cards. They're beautiful. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So for the masculine to get this card, you know, this could just be representative of that slow energy. Perhaps the masculine could be just kind of feeling a little anxious, like pushing the envelope in a sense, kind of waiting for that perfect time, but at the same time, like just kind of trying to rush it, maybe rushing to that ending, rushing to that completion. And so I think this is a message for the masculine to just let things flow, because all is going to happen in the perfect time, okay? So for the feminine, we have soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. So going back to what we were talking about, balancing the polarities, finding union within yourself. When you understand and remember that separation is an illusion, that your twin, your soulmate, your whatever label you go by, that your person is always with you no matter where you are, no matter what's going on in the physical, that will cause them to materialize. You believing in that union, you believing in that connection, that is what's going to align you vibrationally with whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So like I said in the collective reading too, this is a very rare, supercharged, like very intense moon, and it's going to be the perfect time to magnify and amplify those miracles in your life. So be sure to remain in positive energy and stay believing in whatever it is that you're wanting to see come to you. If you're over here doubting the masculine, then, you know, that's what they're going to feel. They're going to feel that doubt. But if you truly believe in them, if you say, you know what, I trust your journey, I trust everything that you needed to go through in order for us to finally reunite. I trust that you put me in these situations because this was what we agreed to. This was what we planned before we came here. Trusting that this is going to happen, then it indeed will happen, but only if you truly believe, right? Oh my gosh, guys, bottom of the deck, new beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Oh my goodness, guys, this reading is just too much, okay? So let's get some messages from the feminine to the masculine, from the Divine Feminine and Masculine Energy Oracles, which you can purchase on makeplayingcards.com separately or together. So if you want just the masculine deck or the feminine deck, you can purchase that by itself or together for a discounted price. So let's see what the feminine has to say towards her masculine. Come on now, feminine. We already saw in the cards that you want reunion, so we know you got some stuff to say. Oh my goodness. I love how only one card came out. What is mine can never be taken from me. So as we see consistently, feminine knows that this 10 of Pentacles, that this 10 of Cups, that it's hers, that it belongs to her, and that this is something that she is here to claim and here to go after, regardless of how many uphill climbs, you know, regardless of what things look like in the 3D. She understands that what is hers can never be taken from her. Kind of along the same lines of, you will not miss your blessing. You won't miss what is planned for you because it's yours. So very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to see if we have just one or two more from the feminine. We've got one. So being emotional is not my weakness, it is my strength. And so very important message here too. I think perhaps in that feminine energy, anyone who resonates with being a feminine, you know, it is easy to get caught up in our emotions. It is easy to allow our emotions to drag us down to a place where we feel like we are weak. But being vulnerable, being emotionally intelligent, that's not a weakness, guys. It's very, very strong. It takes a lot to be emotional, to be empathetic, because most empaths have lots of trouble, you know, being around other people because they pick up on others' energy. And so processing all that different energy, it can be really overwhelming. And if you're able to deal with that sort of thing, then you are strong as hell. I say that firsthand because I am also an empath. So yeah, like after these readings, it's just a lot of energy passing through and you get overwhelmed and tired, and it's a lot. So it's a very big strength to be able to process those emotions, those feelings. So let's see what the masculine has to say to the feminine. What else do we have from the masculine? Come on now. Okay, so let's see what we have. I have never experienced a connection like this. So masculine's well aware. Oh my gosh, I looked down at my phone. It said 4114. So mirroring energy. I think the masculine understands, you know, that this is a connection like no other. This is not your everyday average, you know, fleeting relationship or connection. You know, this wasn't just some passing by type of energy. This is something very deep, something very meaningful. Feminine understands the masculine like no one has before. And so it can be very, very shocking, emotionally overwhelming, but they're understanding that it's unlike anything they've ever experienced. So we also have, I am deserving of love. Yeah, absolutely. As we talked about the entire reading, you know, the masculine's recent past energy was the King of Cups. Of course, the King of Cups is deserving of love. They deserve it more than anyone else because they're the ones that are capable of feeling it so deeply. And that might not be something that they've ever been able to express with anyone else. They might not have felt like partners have given them that love, or that they have given love to partners and not felt like they deserved it in return. Being with toxic people and energies kind of can make you feel that way, can make you feel insecure, like you don't deserve to be loved, but the masculine understands they are. And I am harnessing my masculine energy. Great. It's time. Don't you think? It's time for you to step up, masculine. It's time for you to take control, to really move forward with purpose and communicate and do the thing and end the thing, to move forward in the thing. Whatever it is that you're wanting, it's time. It's time to take that next step and harness that energy and take control. So that's really powerful. Very powerful energy for the masculine. So let's go ahead and get a song. Let's get a song. And I will just let the songs resonate for either end. So we have Never Can Say Goodbye. Even though the pain and heartache seem to follow me wherever I go, though I try to hide my feelings, they always seem to show. Jackson 5. So, you know, this could also be speaking to the masculine in a sense because, you know, again, realizing that they're in that King of Cups energy to their conscious thoughts of the Knight of Cups. This could be them, you know, trying to fight off this energy and not being able to because their emotions, they wear their heart on their sleeve. It's impossible for them to deny their true feelings for the feminine. I think I said that earlier in the reading. It's going to be impossible for them to deny the feminine. It's going to be impossible for them to walk away at this point. So love that song, by the way, Jackson 5. And then I want to know what love is. So like I said, you know, I don't really feel like the masculine has ever been shown real love until the feminine came along. And, you know, not only is that really sad, but it's also very powerful, because it's like the light coming on in the darkness, right? So in my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. So the masculine's been scraping and clawing, trying to fix things, trying to put out fires, trying to, you know, come back from whatever betrayal they've gone through in their own life. And so I think also now with the feminine realizing, like I said, the masculine needing to put her through those things in order for them to reunite, the masculine is very much aware that the heartache and pain that he went through, that he projected that onto the feminine, and he didn't really mean to, right? You don't mean to do that. It's all a part of healing, though. It's all a part of, like Sally, sewing yourself back together, you know, seeing things in a new light and realizing that, you know, no matter how badly you're broken, you can always carry on. You can always fix things. You can always heal. So really beautiful reading, guys. I hope that it resonated with someone, anyone. So yeah, that is your November monthly forecast, and obviously stay tuned next week for a weekly check-in. Other than that, if you'd like a private reading or you would like to chat or ask me any questions, all of my information is down in the description box below. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful month, and I love you, and I will see you soon. Bye.